Right, now I can see your chats. Sorry all. So, going over Rogue, hope there's some Rogue players in here. So, Rogue is one of the classes getting fewer fundamental changes to gameplay and abilities in their update. It will continue to play similarly to how it has in the past, but with some notable changes. For example, poisons have been fleshed out and made available across more of the level ranges. Yeah, you need them, you need to be able to access the poison from the get-go really, because it's part of the theme of the class, but also it has to be something that's viable and makes sense to use at the lower ranges, because you can get pretty bored just doing simple things, and like poisons are important, it really is. Slight reduction in the number of interrupt and stun abilities. Yeah, you don't want to be just a stun locker or a interrupter non-stop, because if you're on a PvP realm, that would just be hell to verse, especially at like a group of say 6 rogues against you. Like you're never getting out of that unless you had an internal cooldown, like a global cooldown on stuns and things. Ambush has been rolled into backstab in a way that streamlines the applicant of 2 very similar abilities. Okay. Found that needing to stealth mid-fight to use an ability wasn't very satisfying gameplay. You either macro it together so you don't think about it, or it's just an extra key press. Okay, so they're actually taking note of some feedback, that's good. We'd rather save those key presses for something more impactful and have made some adjustments to try to mitigate that. Stealth changes. In the update patch, we're relaxing the ability for NPCs to see through stealth based on their level. We want to make it a bit easier to play in areas slightly above your level and more obvious when you're at risk. Okay, that's good. That's a good change. How's everyone hearing my sound? I can't tell. Are we going to be YouTube celebrities? Yeah, man. Yeah, so stealth changes. NPCs that con yellow no longer have any chance to see through stealth. Those sun NPCs can always see through it, so caution is still advised. Stun should be returns if you keep hitting the same player or more, they get hit from another source. It would be like, yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah, they should have diminishing returns. Especially if you're versing like a named mob and you could just stun followed by another stun and stun, it takes the fun out of the battle. So you want that cooldown to be there. Because you want to be able to choose when to use the stun. It's like, it could be like a 4-second, I don't know, global cooldown or something. You could be like, cool, guys, you got to sort out another stun in 4 seconds, so that would be cool. Back to here for a sec. Vile Smoke has been fixed, now provides the intended 5-second window where you're not re-aggro regardless of level difference. Yeah, that would suck, keep getting aggro, like when you use an ability that's supposed to take you out of it. Especially if you do like big damage as a rogue and then you're like, oh, I need to get out of it because I've got way too much aggro. So that's good. Poison updates, this is the one we want. Poisons now start much earlier. Yeah, that is what we need. You gain access to the first snaring poison at level 4 and continue to get new types and tiers of poisons through levels. There are 3 types of poisons you can learn from the poison maker, and each has 4 tiers. Okay. Snaring poison, yeah, so it's just a slow, that's good. Weakening poison slows the attack speed, and dulling poison slows the casting speed. Oh, so it's one's melee and one's for casters, that's real cool. Poison recipes start by extracting toxins from venom glands. So the venom glands and that, sacs and whatever, is going to be actually a useful drop, which is cool. Because I usually just sell them all. Cool, I just got to turn the light on here, it's getting dark. Bear with me. That's better. Okay. I can't even say that, I'm not going to bother. Snaring, weakening, dulling, yep. We'll be adding some experimental poisons over time that won't show up on the recipe on the vendor. Those will be up to you to discover. Ah, that's sweet. I have no idea what they're going to add. What do you guys reckon, eh? What do you think they could add to that? Maybe a poison that stacks, giving more dots over time. Or something that, like, I don't know, has a chance to paralyze or something. That'd be pretty cool. Backstab and ambush. Backstab is the core ability for the class, and ambush is a secondary backstab detracted from it. So we've removed ambush and partially merged its functionality into stab. Likewise, double backstab, half dead FD poison. Yeah, that could work. And double backstab at 50 has been removed. All the abilities across the classes with this sudden double damage mechanic have been updated similarly. Okay, so it's not just one, it's throughout. By removing the mechanic, we can instead roll that power into higher overall damage and gaining greater control over the ramp up throughout the levels. Thinking Princess Bride. If you've been in stealth for at least 3 seconds, the weapon-based portion of your backstab will be doubled. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Gives you that reward for pulling it off. Like, there should be a reward, a risk reward for that. The intent here is to provide a strong initial attack when beginning a fight in stealth and discourage rapidly entering stealth just for the damage bonus. Yeah, that's cool. At level 35, you unlock the Assassin trait, which grants you the ability to critically hit on stab and backstab. And finally, the weapon damage scaling on backstab has been nearly doubled. Sweet. Rogues should do stupid damage. That's the fantasy of it. Swift Strikes. The ability is now has a toggle on the aura bar and has been set as a territory haste effect, allowing it to stack with most other forms. That's cool, it stacks. Get in the hits. But will that affect the damage on the damage per second on a weapon? So like if something takes 2 seconds, for example, if you get too much haste, will that lower the damage? New abilities. Beyond the Tyrion of Stab and updated poison repertoire, rogues will get several other new abilities in this patch. Slice. Yep. Deeply slicing, dealing weapon ratio damage plus damage for bleeding. Bleed damage, should I say. Twin Blades. Defiantly strike your target with twin blades dealing blah blah. Yeah, that's cool. So it's just 2 blades attacking at once. Rain of Steel. Share your target with throwing knives. Oh, sweet. It can be used while moving and is channeled. Whoa. That's sick. That's cool fantasy. You jump in, you do your thing, maybe get a bail, try to finish them off that, or someone's running away. That's sweet. Poison tolerance. Develop a tolerance to poison, increasing your poison resistance. Well, they should be, because it's part of the rogues. That's cool. Only a self-resistant buff, that's fine. Deadly throw, skillfully throw a weapon at your target. If it's below 20% damage, oh, that's like a paladin's hammer. Wow, that's sick. Escape artist, become elusive, removing all roots, snares, and grants you immunity to them. That's nice. Gambit, execute a daring gambit, resetting the cooldown of your uppercut, stab, and vial of shadow abilities if hit within a short period. So they've really got some really good stuff in here. Like that feels more roguish for sure. Just gotta see how it plays out over time. So moved and removed abilities. Avoidance, incapacitate, and low blow have been removed. Nimble, evasion, and fury of the assassin are now obtained at levels 20 and 40 respectively. Okay. Solo, let's talk about that. That's cool. As a positional damage class, we're aware that rogues have a tougher time. Yeah, everyone was complaining. Well, most rogue players were complaining. Like even in groups I had, they're like, oh, who's a rogue? Why would you be a rogue? have a tough time in most other classes when it comes to soloing. While Monsters Memories is a group-focused game, which it is, we like to give you at least some ability to play solo while looking for a group. We hope that the new changes in abilities, that the new ranged abilities as well as the cooldown resets from Gambit make this a bit more achievable. Yeah, you don't want to be full solo, but you want to be in the group as well, so like a happy medium. And lastly, pickpocket, lockpicking, and disarm traps. A rogue is more than a combat machine, and these abilities are important to the feel of their archetype. In the patch after the ability rework, oh, what's that? I wonder if that channel attack actually takes you having throw. Yeah, I would presume so. I would say you'd have to have them equipped. But how many would it throw? I don't know, unless it's set up there. I'll have a look. But yeah, that's I would say at least have it equipped would make sense. Oh yeah, so in the patch rework, patch after the ability rework, pickpocket will be changing to no longer pull from the mob's actual lootable loot table and instead from a pickpocket specific table. This should open up some quest opportunities in addition to being a bit more desirable in group settings. Lockpicking and disarm traps requires a bit more work in the world and content before they can come online. The abilities themselves do very little without doors to pick and dangerous traps to disarm. You won't be seeing these in the next patch, but they're still planned and will make their way in when the content to support them exists. Yeah, well, that would make sense as well. But yeah, going up to that question that you asked. Just skillfully throw a weapon at your target, dealing weapon damage plus. This is an improved version of throw, providing the rogue's mastery compared to other classes. And that one there is the same thing. Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, stealing all the coins. Like, I must admit, like, if I was a rogue, I'd probably do the same thing. Or, like, the problem you used to have, maybe not used to have, but problems I could see was like, a rogue could take a named mob's loot and just bail. If that worked, I think. That was the EQ holdover, yeah. Did they have any more news? I'm not too sure if they had any more news on that.